Hey guys, I'm back. We're back. And this is it. This is the market recap video I have been promising, and it's taken me a couple weeks to get it to you, but I am so excited to share with you everything that happened at my first market. It was so much fun. I'm Karen. This is Yarn and Whimsy Designs. I have been crocheting, if you haven't caught up, since May of this past year, and absolutely obsessed and fallen in love with it. And I have developed a huge collection of stuff that needed to be, just needed to find homes. So I signed up for my first market. It was 2 weeks ago. No, I'm sorry. It was just over a week ago. It was the last weekend in October, and it was a 2-day market at a local high school. And there were almost 200 or over 200 vendors right around that mark. It was huge. They had a gym, a field house, a cafeteria, and crafters in all the hallways that connect. And it was a craft, handmade only market. No multi-level marketing companies, nothing like that. No people who buy and sell. This was handmade crafters and artisans only, which was so fun. There were so many cool people there. I did manage to get a few clips, so I'm gonna play those for you guys now. Prepping for the market, packing for the market, setting up at the market, and what my booth looked like, what I had there, and I'm gonna let you guys see that now, and then I'm gonna meet you back here to kind of talk a little more in depth. So enjoy, and I'll see you when it's over. Okay, future Karen just popping in to let you guys know, as it turns out, this is gonna be a long video. So if you don't have your coffee or your drink or whatever you need and your whip handy, now's the time to pause and go get it. Because we're gonna be talking for a while, and I hope you'll stick around till the very end. All right, back to present Karen now. Okay friends, so here I am vlogging market prep this week. Did not go exactly as planned. I did not get as much done as I should have. I know, I failed you guys. We did have some personal stuff going on. Our very, very sweet and wonderful dog we did lose her this week and had to say our final goodbyes a couple days ago. And so that threw a wrench in some of our plans. My daughter ended up coming home from college for just 2 days to be here for that. And we got super busy and we did a lot of stuff, but we just weren't in the mood to film it. So I do have some things to show you guys. I am going to, let me just turn this around for you guys real quick. Hold on. Okay, so here is my main table. I've taken everything down from where we had it all pretty, except for like the chickens and the frogs there. And this is my $5 bin of just random stuff. Oops, dinosaur overboard. That I have made, that I have stuck in here in the $5 bin. Let's see what we have. Welcome to my mess. Here, got little chicks, triceratops, this retro rainbow vibe. I've got the wonky seahorse, bunches of ghosts. I've got, a gnome. I've got, what else do we have? An axolotl over here even. Cutie pie. The tiniest little mushroom that I made. An octo, I mean just a tiny pumpkin. Just the kind of stuff you would expect to be in here. We also have this bin of poppers. I have some more I need to add to it. These are gonna be on a deal of, I think $10 each or 2 for $15 maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the leggy frogs. I have a few more of those. There's the chunky mushroom boys, bunches of turtles, and then I have this whole bin of stuff, and this whole bin of stuff. All, ignore the water bottle. We've been hard at work. All sorts of just stuff that needs to get, it's all been priced. You can see, here's Rat Bear. There's my little handmade price tag. This one's $25. I've got a little angelfish is $15. There. We've got, who else do we have? These big axolotls. I wasn't sure what to price at. I priced them at $30, 30 or 30, 35 for these big axolotls. So I'm really excited, really nervous. I have not gotten as much feedback from the event coordinators as I had hoped. I did find out, I did get a confirmation email, but it is hours until we set up, and they have been promising for days to send the booth assignments, and still nothing. We have no booth assignments. I don't know what my booth looks like. I haven't seen a map. So going into my first show, I'm just hoping for the best. I'm bringing a couple tables, and I am going to set up tonight, so then if I need something else for tomorrow, I can figure that out. So I will take you guys with me as much as possible to set up tonight, and then it's going to be go time. Okay guys, back for a quick sec. Andy just helped me load everything into the car, so I'm just going to show you what we got. Okay, so here we go. These are the 2 bins that are completely full of plush. Let me just see if you can kind of see, completely full of plush. 2 big Costco size bins, 2 tables, Lysol wipes just because weird. The other chair, and this one has all sorts of display stuff. 1 runaway chicken, business cards, my little chalkboards, bags to bag things up, tablecloths, so much stuff. Here we have another camp chair. This is a rolling cart. You can kind of see the big wheels that folds open, and I think I can carry crates on it. And then here's my tables, my crates. Oh, and I have a bunch of these pudding crates that my friend Jackie sold me for next to nothing. So I'll show you those when I set them up, but also I'm going to put Jackie's Instagram on here so you guys can see that, because she's amazing and she's been so helpful to me, and I so appreciate all the new friends I'm making. Lastly, here in the front of the car, we have one more. I just had a lot of overflow that wouldn't fit in my bins, and I didn't want to bring one more bin, so I just tossed, look, there's so many chickens, these things in here. So here we are, and it is about 4:30. Setup starts at 6. Andy's dad is picking him up at 6, so hopefully that works out. And then I am headed up to drop my stuff off, because I'm a total geek. I already did a drive-by the high school, because there's 3 areas they're setting crafters up in. There's the gym, the cafeteria, and the field house. And I couldn't figure out where the gym and field house were and which was which. So yeah, so I drove by and compared the map with my Google Maps and figured out kind of where I'll need to pull up tonight, because I'm a geek and I don't like not knowing where I am, especially when it's dark outside. I want to kind of know where I'm going, and it's such a big high school campus that I just wanted to make sure I got to the right place. So I already did that drive-by. So yeah, that's where we sit for now. I am going to try and remember to vlog. It will be dark outside, so I don't know how useful that'll be for you guys, but I'm going to try. And I'm really hopeful that there'll be lots of young, energetic high school kids to help unload all this mess, since I won't have Andy or Abby with me. But I'm excited and so nervous. All right, I will talk to you guys in a minute. Okay, friends, I just showed you everything outside. I'm a little overheated. I've been working hard, so give me some grace if you don't mind. But this package just came and I wanted to show you. I had not really thought about what I'm going to do with money at the craft show. And so here's what I decided. I went through like a cash box. I really want something hands-on. So I got this. I'm going to put a picture and I'll put the link down below. I really like it. It's kind of like a dupe of the Lululemon. So much less expensive. And inside you have different pockets to put things. So I got this to wear to keep cash in, and maybe my little square reader in my phone for when I need it. Also though, I am an extra large person. And so buying these things always gives me anxiety that they're not gonna fit. And so this particular company has an extender for theirs specifically, because I also always worry that when you buy something that's extended, it won't fit. So this actually has a very generous waist, but also just to be extra sure, I purchased from this same company, Pander Designs, this little extender so that I can be super comfortable and not have to worry about it. And it does just fit perfectly. Awesome. So I'm excited for that. So I will be all ready for tomorrow, except for the fact that I'm terrified. Other than that, I think I'm in good shape. I've got pens, I've got a notebook, I have an inventory list. I forgot to pack the unicorn. She's headed out to the car momentarily. And yeah, then just tomorrow morning, I have to bring last minute stuff like the external power bank I got to make sure I keep everything charged. The Square reader, because honestly, I have to learn how to use it tonight. I've been putting stuff into the Square app. That's kind of my last thing I need to do. And then crochet stuff to work on while I'm there. And snacks and a big Starbucks in the morning to get me through the day. So, all right, getting excited. Really ready to do this. There's some goals. This is a 2-day market. I have $2,500 in inventory, except for if people do my 2-for deals, and it's a little less than that. And also I've made a few more things since I took that inventory total that I'll probably add in tomorrow. So let's just say $2,500 worth of inventory I have. I am not super confident that this show has been advertised as well as it should be. And there are 200 vendors, all handmade. No Lululemon, is that even a thing? No Scentsy, no none of those kinds of markets, no resellers, all handmade, 200 vendors, 3 different areas of the school. And I don't know what to expect. I'm not sure how well it's going to be attended. There's a $5 entrance fee. While I don't think that necessarily deters people, I think it should hopefully mean that the people that come are actually coming to shop because they're paying to get in, and it is all handmade. So I'm hopeful. My goal is going to be to do at least $500. I paid $90 for my table space. I don't know. Maybe that's ambitious. Maybe that's super low. I'm going to shoot for $500 and we're going to see where we end up. Anything over that, anything over like $700, I'm going to consider amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would like to at least make 4 times my booth fee. So what is that, 360? So that would be like, if I make that much, then it is a success, but I really want to hit that 500. So I don't know, guys. I hope that's realistic. We'll see. If it's not, I'll be here to tell you all about it very soon. So keep an eye out for that. I will see you at the market. Okay, guys, I'm a sweaty mess, and I don't even know if you can hear me because it's kind of loud and echoey in here. But here we are. Okay, you can see we've got a basic setup, but honestly, I have way too much stuff, so I may try and rework this in the morning, but this is what my initial attempt looks like. And I will show you more tomorrow. It came together so far. I'm missing 1 tablecloth I gotta bring, and I gotta get rid. I'm sweaty and it's pouring down rain, so that was a bad hair combo. So, all right, see you guys soon. Okay, guys, here we are. It is the morning of the event. Look, my hair is already a mess, but whatever. I'm gonna show you, we made some changes since last night. I got my Starbucks. Look, my mom is here hanging out with me. Hi. Hey, Nina. So I'm not by myself, so that was really nice of her because she does not have to do that. Hey guys, here we are. It is about 7, a little after 7 a.m. in the morning, and we're already done setting up, and it doesn't start till 9. So I have a few more things I need to tweak, but we did make some changes since last night. So let me show you guys what we have done. So here I have added this 4-tier because everything just wasn't gonna fit on the table. It just wasn't going to. Let me turn you guys around. Okay, here we go. So you can see we added this whole stack of stuff, and so now everything's got just a tiny bit more. Actually, it doesn't even have more space. I just put more stuff out. So we've got so many things. Oh, there's also, I have this little side table that I'm going to use kind of for checkout. This is all $5 stuff. So some little ghosties, a little tiny popper, some birds. I made some more last night, an axolotl. And then I have to set up this little area. I have a couple more crates, so I'm gonna work on that. And then hopefully we'll be selling stuff. Okay friends, so far so good. We've been open about an hour, although I think they opened a little late. And we have 5 sales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items. So I think that's a good start. I'm pretty pleased with that. Oh, people are coming. I will get back. Oh, they're going by me. It's fine. So the very first sale was the possum. The possum, the little baby possum. But the possums in general are getting a ton of attention. Everybody really loves the possums and the mushrooms so far. I've sold a couple leggy frogs, a couple pop mushrooms, my Groot. It's been fun. So mom's hanging out with me. How's it going, Mom? So far so good. And so yeah, so I will check in with you guys later. Hopefully it will be too busy and I'll have to show you at the end. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. Honestly, I didn't check back in with you guys yesterday because Saturday was exhausting. It went super well. We had a lot of fun. We sold a ton of stuff. Luckily, we still have a ton left because I made way too much. But we far exceeded my goal yesterday. I think we didn't quite double my goal, but came close to doubling what my initial goal was. So that was amazing. And I'm gonna show you guys, we've redone the booth this morning. So let me give you another quick look. Okay, so here is our $5 bin. It is pretty picked over at this moment. And that's our overflow chickens, but we moved them to the front. Here is the only thing really left in these bins are the octos. We've moved everything else kind of out. These guys, we've rearranged a little. There's Nana. Nana, can I sneak past you just real quick? So, we have 4 poppers left, only because I made some last night. Otherwise, we would be far less than that. And no mushroom boys sold. People love the mallards. Both of my mouses are gone. Mice, both of my mice. My big penguin's gone. The walrus is gone. Sold some cats. Oh, those bears need to be fixed. I'll get that. Sold some axolotls. So it's been a good market so far. This is the big gym that we are in. There's also a smaller gym, and the cafeteria and the hallways are all covered in vendors. So yeah, I'm happy with our location. Our neighbors are nice. The other vendors I met are so nice. And I can't wait to see how today goes. I know it's gonna be slow because it's Sunday and they say it's always slow. So that's fine, but we have lots of good stuff left and my mom's here. Hi, Mama. Helping me. Thank God she was here yesterday because it got crazy busy sometimes. So thanks you guys for, no, we must have sold one of the pigs. I forgot. Thank you guys for tuning in and I will be back with an update later on. All right, we're back again. And I don't even know where to start. This craft show was so much fun and the results of it so far exceeded my expectations. I have made so many notes of things I want to remember to share with you guys. Just so you know, this is the list of items that I sold, and many of them, as you can see, have hash marks because we sold many of that item. I don't think that it would be interesting for you guys to hear a list of everything I sold, but I do want to go through some of the main things that kind of made an impact on me and on the customers to kind of give you guys an idea of what worked and didn't work for me. So first things first, setup was rough. I did not see any students to help. There were supposed to be students there. We expected there to be students. Thank goodness my mom came. You might have seen her in the clips. She was fabulous. She's not able to lift the heavy stuff. That's not her role, but she was still such a good support for me, and she is quite the salesperson. Thank you, Mom. She's great. So we were able to get all set up, but we did not have any assistance, which we had been expecting, but that's fine. We made that work. The people next to us, we were at the end of a row, and in the biggest area, which was the field house, and we were to the very back corner of the field house. And I think the spot was great. I loved it. We had so much space. I was able to, we had no one on one side of us, just empty space, so we weren't really cramped. And the people on the other side of us, it was their first craft show too. So we were no help to each other, but we were great moral support. Anyway, her name was Terry. She sold the most beautiful, beautiful handmade wreaths and handmade sewn, like fabric wreaths that were almost like origami. I have one. I'm gonna pause and go get it and show you guys. Okay, I'm back. And you have to see this. This wreath, if you can see, it's dimensional, almost like an origami. It is beautiful. Look at that snowman. And these cute little snowflake buttons. And on the back, it says handmade in Terry's sewing room. I think that may or may not come into focus, so you might have to take my word for it. That's what it says, and it is beautiful. And she was so sweet. She gifted this to us at the end of the weekend, and it was just a joy. And I've just spoken to her a few times since. I think we might be friends. That was all super fun. We get there Saturday morning, and I decided that I needed to tweak the setup a little bit. So I brought cubes like these, and I made one tower of them, which helped a lot. I was able to put it off to the side. We ended up sticking a full straight across tables instead of doing like a booth that people can come in. And I did that mostly because of our location. We were literally at the end of an aisle. So as people were walking down the aisle, they could see our booth from far away. And I kind of just wanted everything up front right there so they wouldn't have to look for it. And I didn't want people to like cut that corner and like miss us and not want to come in to see what we had in our booth. I just wanted everything flat out in the front so they could just see. You guys have seen it now from the clips before. So that was our setup. It was pretty plain Jane and simple, but I think it worked out well, and I'm not sure how I would have done it different. I was pretty happy with how that part worked out. There were a few things in our booth that were definite eye catchers. I cannot tell you how many people came up and petted or played with my possums that first day. I had 2 large possums like this big. You guys have seen them before. I'll put a picture just so you see it. And we had 1 little possum, and that was from Crochet by Jenna's pattern. The big possum, I tweaked a bunch of patterns and just made it how I wanted it. So there's not really a pattern for the big one, but the little one was Crochet by Jenna. And I can't tell you how much attention those got that first day. We ended up selling, the first sale of the day on Saturday was the little opossum. The little possum was $15 and it sold immediately. It was the first sale of the day with one of my little monsters. And by the end of the day, the other 2 possums had sold as well. Also, what I really think was helpful is interactive items. We had some interactive items that really made it fun to interact with our customers. For starters, we had the Mama Octos from All From Jade. I don't have them anymore because I sold them both really quickly the first day. I had a yellow one and an orange one, and they had 2 babies inside. And being able to bring them out and show people how the little babies went in and out, they were amazed. Little girls wanted them desperately. Also, this one. This Flamingo, we didn't sell it, but we talked about it all weekend and people were talking about it all over the place with a little baby that goes inside. They loved it, and it was kind of a nice icebreaker to give your customers something to get engaged with. It was great. My mom loved it. She was so good about picking this flamingo or that octopus up and showing everybody. And when I was walking around the show and talking to other vendors later in the day, they're like, "Oh, you're the booth with the flamingo, Mom." I am. That was a hit. We didn't sell it. And I don't know if we will, but it definitely helped relax customers and got them engaged with more of our stuff. And I know we made more sales because of it. Also, all the little poppers. I did mushroom poppers. I did these petal poppers and the mallard poppers. And those were really fun. Every time someone would be looking at it and you go, "Oh, that's a popper." And you'd show them how they could fidget with it. And their eyes just got big. And all in all, I sold 12 of the poppers. I was selling them for $10 each or 2 for $15, which I thought was a really good deal. The Octo Moms, we sold both Octo Moms for $30 each. I also thought that was a pretty good price. The little possum was $15. The big possums I sold for $30 each. So I only had one platypus. I sold it for $32. It went super fast. And some of the things that I wasn't sure would sell at the prices I priced them at are my walrus. I'll put a picture here. He's my favorite. I wasn't so sure I needed to sell him. I priced him at $45 and he went quick. The girl that got him was so happy. She bought him and the flower frog from Wonder Crochet, and she was just delighted. She collects amigurumi, and she had never seen a walrus before, so she was super happy with it. And her friend bought my big penguin with the cap on it for also $45, and a little triceratops. So that was fun. I sold so many axolotls, probably 5 or 6 axolotls. I also had a $5 bin that I just had a bunch of little things in. I would show you, you saw it in the video, but we ended up selling almost everything except for one lonely little kind of sad mushroom. Out of that $5 bin, everything was gone. About 18 items I think I had in the $5 bin that all sold. Chickens, I sold 6. I had a lot. 6 is fair. They didn't sell as much. Everybody loved them. Everybody commented on how cute they were. But I think people are confused at my booth by the chickens because they weren't sure if they were decor or a toy. And so I feel like there is some clarity to be had there. And I think that makes sense. So I don't know if I'll make more chickens and market them differently, or if I'll just gear toward toys, which is really what I love to make. I had a Halloween bat and a caterpillar that both sold for $20 and $22. I have my big axolotls I sold for $35. And I sold the pink one, and then I sold a smaller one for $25 that was the same pattern but in parfait chunky. And I sold my little axolotls. I had 3 of them. I sold them all. Oh, my big blue monster that used to be here, he left. He was $35. He found his home. Groot, I made a Groot and a Grogu. They found their homes right away. Also, 3 of you guys came to visit me at my market, and I could not be more thrilled. You guys are so kind and so sweet, and I had the best time chatting with you. And I am sorry, it got super crazy busy at several times throughout the show, and I didn't get to spend as much time hanging out with you guys as I wish I did, but I hope we can hang out again soon, because it was so fun having people just come up to me like, "Hi, Karen," and I'm like, and then I'd find out who it was. And it was the best. And I don't want to mention their names if they don't want their names mentioned. They were so sweet, and they all bought something, which they did not have to do because they all 3 know how to crochet. They were just, I think, trying to be supportive and kind, and that is the best. I love this community so much. Both mornings, the start was really slow. At the end of the day, Friday, I had sold 60 items for about $990. I know. I wasn't sure we were going to talk finances, but I feel like when I watch these videos, I want to know what people made. So I'm going to give you guys that information, at least in this first video, and we'll talk about whether or not you guys even care about that in the future. If you guys do care about the whole list of what I sold and what I took, let me know. I'd be happy to give you guys that information. I just didn't want to drone on and on and on about it because I don't think that's the most interesting thing about the shows. I would be happy to get that information to you guys in some format if you really want it. You're gonna have to let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna talk about the fun stuff. So the first day we ended at $990, which far exceeded my expectations already for day 1. And it didn't feel crazy busy all day. It just was a nice steady flow of people. You would have no one at your booth, and then all of a sudden there would be like 5 people all wanting to purchase something at the same moment. Thank God again for my mom. My mom was a gift. The other plush that got a lot of attention at my booth were my spiders. They were super fun. People love the spiders. I sold my 3 spiders the first day. They went quick, and people came back looking for them again, and they were gone. And so they didn't get their spider. On that first night, after having such a busy day, I went home. The show ended at 4, and I did some crocheting. So I made a few more mushroom poppers because they're quick and easy and interactive. And then I made an axolotl. I made a small possum and another spider. And so I took those back the next morning. The day before, I had sold my little opossum for $15 immediately, first thing. And I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna price it today for $18. Mostly because I wanted to stick around a little while because people really liked it and I wanted to draw people in. So I'm gonna price this one for $18. Sold immediately. Again, it was the first thing to sell on day 2. So first thing in the morning, my possum sold. It was gone, no more possums. And my spiders, I had sold for $15 or $18 the day before. And on day 2, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna price this one. I made it with Sweet Snuggles instead of Parfait. It was a tiny bit larger. I priced it for $25. Not really knowing that it would sell, but thinking, okay, well, I just have it on the table. Just having it on the table is good because people think it's different and interesting. It sold super early, like an hour into the show. It was gone for $25. The axolotl that I made sold. So the things I made the night definitely sold. We chose well on what things to make. I expected Sunday to be less busy, and it was a little, but it was also a really good day. So I'm gonna give you guys the total numbers real quick, just so you have them, because I know it matters to people. By the end of the second day, on my square reader, which by the way was great, I was so glad I had it. On the square reader, I did $870 over the course of 2 days. In cash, I did $728. And Venmo was a $20 purchase. So total revenue for this show was $1,618 over the course of 2 days, which was amazing. I don't think that's typical. And that's one of the reasons I hesitated whether or not I should even bring numbers up. I don't think that's typical. I think I got really lucky on a lot of fronts. One, I had a ton of inventory just because I had been doing it I took over 150 items to the show because this was my first show and I had just been crocheting for months. And so I had a lot and I had a ton of variety. So I had things that would speak to different people. People would come up and it would be like this thing had a special meaning to them, so they needed it. Someone bought this funky little leggy frog that I'd made that was a little more squat and square, and they had to have it because her brother used to draw his frogs exactly like that when he was a little boy, and she had to get it for him. I mean, things like that, where if you have fewer products, you have less opportunity for that, but I had so many things. Second, it was just a really good market. It's a really good market with a large following. It's been around for 20 years. It's a 2-day market. And so I was at the right place at the right time in a lot of ways. When you have the weekly farmers markets, I think those are just a little more hit and miss on who's going to show up. But this was a targeted event. They had 3,000 people, more than 3,000 people come through over the course of the 2 days. And it just went really well for me. There were a lot of other crochet artists there. They had different things than I had. There was not a ton of overlap. There was maybe one or two people, I guess 2, one in the field house and one in the gym, that had a lot of similar vibe to what I was selling, but they were still different. And then there was another person close by me in the field house that was selling all worsted weight. She did all like acrylic worsted weight amigurumi. So we didn't really have a lot of overlapping things either. And then there was another table catty corner for me that just did all different crochet and knit things. They had beanies, hats, scarves, washcloths, face wash. What do you call those? You guys know what I mean? They had all that stuff, and they had an array of small animals, just, cows and llamas and just different things, all in acrylic weight. There was competition, but there were customers. And I just had lots of stuff to offer them. Some things I was nervous wouldn't find a home did. My rainbow frog, the big green kind of rectangular frog with the rainbow on it that I made very early on, it found a home. This girl walks across the gym and she saw it from far away and she just came and picked it up and couldn't put it back down. And by girl, I mean she was somewhere in her maybe mid to upper 20s. And she was just delighted with it and had to have it. And I sold it for $25. My turtles, day 1, I didn't sell one stinking turtle. Not one stinking turtle all of day 1. I was so surprised. Day 2, my friend Jackie from Instagram, and she watches the videos. I met her through this channel. She came and she was my good luck charm because while she was there, I sold a bunch of turtles. I ended up selling 3 of my large turtles, which were $28 each, and 1, 2, 3 of my small turtles, which ranged from $10, $12, and $18 each, depending on what size they were. Yeah, we sold a lot of stuff, guys. We sold a lot of frogs. We sold dinos. I did take 2 custom orders. One is a Brontosaurus, Bronto from Zach's channel. And I had made just one, and it was in the purple and white kind of striped Sweet Snuggles yarn. And I had it priced for $15 because it was something that I made early on, and some of those things I just priced low. And this girl came back for it. She came, she saw it, her sister saw some stuff. They were twins, they were adorable. They were maybe, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old. She saw it, she loved it, but she went to go look around other. That happened a lot over the weekend. People would go look around and then come back and they would buy stuff, and that was great. She took off, she came back and it was gone. I had literally sold it just moments before. And so she asked me if I could make her another one. And I said, absolutely, I would be happy to make you another one. So I am making that special order for her. And then her sister wanted a jellyfish that I had and wanted me to put safety eyes on it because it was one of the first big jellyfish that I had made. And I hadn't even put eyes on it because I was just really learning at that point. And so I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I took that with me and I made those 2 for them. So that was my one custom order. My second custom order was they wanted this bear, and she's adorable. I had 2 of them, one in a darker brown with a yellow dress, and then this one with the peach dress. And I think she is $35. But it was for a baby. And I'm like, I don't recommend this for a baby because it's got safety eyes. And so I showed them some of the stuff I had with embroidered eyes, but I didn't have very much. And they asked if I could make it with embroidered eyes. So I said yes. And they chose a different color pink. And so I did make that and I did deliver that to them. I'm gonna put a picture of how it looks. I got a little nervous. It was my first like fully custom order. And I'm not really great with embroidered eyes. It's not something I've done a lot, so I was really nervous, but they loved it. Thank you. Thank goodness. I'll put the picture here so you guys can see. She turned out pretty cute, but I was still pretty nervous. If you guys have videos or tips for embroidered eyes or videos you watched, link them to me. Give me those names because I need to check out. I need to get better at embroidering, and I will make it a point in my next show to have a few more baby-friendly options with embroidered eyes because there were a couple people who wanted them. That's how I sold my big monsters. His eye was embroidered and she wanted it for a baby. And so she's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So, my Care Bear's still with me. I priced him for $75 knowing that he probably wouldn't sell, but so many people did love him and I think it was worthwhile to have him there. So $1,600 and I'm so distracted, guys. I don't know why you put up with me. Okay, so $1,618 in revenue. Fees. For the booth, I paid $90. And for the square fees, $26.38 in square fees. I don't think that's terrible. Like I said, I did $870 on the card and $26 in fees. I don't think that's terrible. So my total profit-ish is $1,501.62. I do not know how much these things cost me to make. I did not time myself for any of them. I did not keep track of what my costs were. And honestly, that's because this was first and foremost a hobby for me. This is something that brings me great joy just to do. I have a full-time job. I just do this because it helps me at the end of a day to like just calm my nerves, just settle down and relax. It's very therapeutic. It's been helpful for me to not, just to not engage in other bad habits. I just do this instead. Instead of going and grazing in the kitchen and eating junk food, I just keep crocheting. And there's so many reasons I do it that aren't about selling it. So if I do this more often, I will revisit how I'm pricing. Right now, I'm just pricing based on what I think these are worth and what I put into them, and whether or not I really want them to sell. Just real quick, here's an example of my big turtles that I sold for $28. I think they're super cute. And they're from the All From Jade pattern with the half moon fins that she just released. They are so cute. And this is really not a bad make. This is a pretty easy make. This is done with jumbo yarn. I love it. Anyway, was there anything else I wanted to tell you? Yes, the clear bags that I got that I linked you guys in that video, they were great. They were perfect all day long. So glad those worked out. Cubes. The cubes I took, these were great for what I used them for, the one tower. I had thought I might put them on the tables. Bad idea. That wouldn't have worked well, I don't think, for me, because I really liked seeing what the people were looking at, and it would have blocked my view because these were solid black. I understand now why people get the wire ones. I didn't get the wire ones because in my mind, I'm thinking these plastic ones are going to be lighter to carry to and from shows than the metal ones. That was my thought, but I can see why you would do the metal ones because you could put them on the table and still be able to see what people were looking at so you would know how to interact with them. Where these would have blocked my view, which is why I didn't put them on the table initially. I just did like the one straight tower off to the side. And, well, you guys saw. You saw. So, on these, I love them for my yarn. I'm not sad to have them, but I'm not sure that they're a great market thing, but I'll make do with them until I decide on something better. And lastly, I met the most amazing people. Going to this event was so much fun. I met so many nice people and so many nice crochet people. Crochet people in my area in the field house made an effort to come chat and to talk and to just compare war stories on things we'd made. And it did not feel competitive. It felt cooperative. It felt like we were all on the same team, and that was lovely. I really loved that. And I really appreciated it because I think it would be easy to let that stuff get competitive, and nobody was like that. Everybody was delightful, and I appreciated it so much. And some of the one lady came over who had been a crochet instructor for years and years and watched me crochet and gave me some tips and told me what was good about my technique and gave me ideas on other things. And she was just so lovely. Her name was Carla. Shout out to Carla. She won't see this probably, but she was lovely. Heather and her friend Karen from Two Sassy Skeins on Instagram. They won't see this either, but I'm going to put it up here. If you guys go find Two Sassy Skeins, tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you because she makes the most adorable stuff. And so much fun. Her turtles are so cute. On the shells, they're worsted weight yarn, but they're all bobble stitches all along the shell, which gives them this really great texture. I loved it. She did beautiful stuff. So go check them out. They are delightful. I feel so grateful to have had the experience. And I have signed up for 2 more events between now and Christmas. On the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I am doing a 3-hour night market at the library in my town, which is coordinated with a whole downtown holiday event that's happening in the cute little picturesque downtown. I mean, we're talking Hallmark movie magic going on. Chestnuts roasting on the corner, carriage rides. It's going to be adorable. And there's going to be a market going on at the library throughout that event. So I'm going to do that it's only 3 hours on a Saturday night. And the second event is the weekend after. I live in Illinois, and it's a 3-day market, and it's outside. I don't know what I'm thinking other than one of the vendors that I met told me that it was a fabulous market to do and I should check it out. So it's a few hours on Friday night, 5 hours on Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon. And it is part of their little festival they have going on where they light up all these lights. They have a whole light festival they do, and they provide the tent. The tent is provided. It's got 3 walls. There's power and light inside, so it'll be all lit up, so you won't have to worry about that. So I don't have to buy a tent or bring anything, and I thought it sounded, again, like a Hallmark movie. So I'm gonna go live my best Hallmark life the first couple weekends. after Thanksgiving. So I will check in with you guys with how that goes. If you have questions about what did or didn't sell at my market this week and you want more specifics, let me know below. If you have any other questions about how it went, let me know and message me on Instagram. And lastly, a heartfelt thank you to everybody. My premiere haul order video has only been up for 24 hours as of this moment when I'm filming this. And so many of you have wished us well and sent us love about the loss of our sweet pet and our wonderful Bindi. And I'm just gonna put a picture here of me and the kids and Bindi the day we said goodbye to her. And I just thought I'd share that with you guys because you've been so loving and kind to us throughout this process, and to everyone who commented and messaged me and sent your well wishes. And even if you didn't and you watched that video and in your heart you felt for us, it means so much because we really miss her. And yeah, so thank you so much. That's us. That's our sweet girl Bindi. We couldn't love her more, and we hope she's up in the pet heaven or wherever pets go, playing to her little heart's content. So anyway, thank you guys so much always, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.